what's your name?
So I'm Harry Lelusis. I'm the mustard sommelier for Mai.
And where are you based out of?
I'm based in London, but I do travel the world globally to talk to people about mustard.
So is that London, England?
It is, yes, London in England.
Because we're in Toronto, we have a London, Ontario.
So I hear. No, it's the London in the United Kingdom.
You came all the way from there to here?
I did.
Are you like the master connoisseur in the mustard department?
I am. I'm the head mustard sommelier.
Wow.
The global brand ambassador as well.
So we're getting really good content here. Okay, let's go.
You're getting the best.
Here at the Tastiest of Toronto, you're doing a beautiful presentation and demonstration. People can incorporate mustard in their menu options, right? So tell me about that experience. What did you do? And talk about your brand and the different SKUs you have and how they could be used in pairing different foods.
So the main thing that I could tell you, and that's really interesting that I find around the world, is that people don't realize how our mustard is different to other mustards that they've normally tried. And we always get the classic case of people just standing back and looking, and we always say, so you don't like mustard? And they're like, yeah. So we always challenge them to give them one to taste. And that's brilliant, because the minute that they taste, we change the whole world of the way that they think and what they do. By adding mustard into ingredients and by into dishes, and just bringing out the full flavors that mustard can bring.
4 flavors?
No, full flavors. Full.
Oh, full flavors. Oh, I see, yeah.
Of all the mustards.
Well, let's talk about it, because not all mustards are the same, and there's different types of mustards, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
So there's quite a few different types of mustard. The main ones are 3 different types that we would say. So you'd say like an English mustard, a Dijon mustard, and a whole grain mustard.
Okay.
Those are the main ones. Then you have the 4th one, which is yellow mustard as well, which most mustard sommeliers, we don't really consider it much of a mustard, because it has more turmeric than actual mustard. But when you talk about a mustard, you talk about a Dijon mustard is a good Dijon mustard. And at Mai, we have about 48 different flavors of mustard.
48. All right, I got 48 minutes. Let's talk about some of them that you're demonstrating here.
So some of them that I've got here for you is, for example, the honey mustard with balsamic di Modena vinegar. This is a beautiful mustard to use just to add with buffalo mozzarella, or just to put on a tomato and a bruschetta, toasted bruschetta. Then you have like flavors like this one, which is the parmesan and basil. So this one, actually, you can swap Parmesan cheese with this, and you have a much healthier flavor and a healthier dish. Or you have this one here, which is the sun-dried tomatoes and chili espelette. So again, bringing beautiful flavor. For example, marinating chicken and just grilling it. So you have the whole grain mustard, which is known around the world that we do, which is this one here. It's the l'ancienne. It's one of the oldest types that you can find. What's important and what you realize with the brand, like for example in the Provençal, this is from 1747, so it's flavors that have been around for hundreds of years, almost 3 decades. So you can imagine we've perfected all the flavors of the mustards to be almost 300 years old.
Right. So let's talk about, actually you've got some other products here too, right?
There's loads. We can go on and on, like you said. You have 48 minutes or not.
Well, what's this you got here?
So this one here is the same one as this one here, so the honey and balsamic. Or this one is our Dijon original. This is the main Dijon recipe that we do, and we've been doing for almost 300 years.
Wow. Does the Queen like it?
We don't serve Queen Elizabeth at the time today, but we did serve her great-grandmother, Queen Victoria. So Queen Victoria had a Chablis mustard. So here, for example, this is one of our fresh serve mustards that we do fresh on a tap. And by the way, we did mustard on a tap before they ever did beer in 1747. And this one here is a Chablis white wine with black truffles. So you can imagine mustard doesn't have to be boring. It's very interesting actually, and just adding flavor into your dishes and giving you all the health benefits that mustard has to give you.
Wow. They've got some vinaigrettes too, I think, in those bottles?
We do. So we do vinegars. Our vinegars are prize vinegars, again from 1727 actually. And we do cornichons, which are marked as the crunchiest in the world.
Say that again.
So we do the cornichon, which are prized as being the crunchiest cornichon in the world.
Why is that?
Because it's the vinegars that we use. Obviously, we're perfected vinegar, and the vinegar that we use keeps them nice and crunchy.
Wow. All right, Jeff, let's talk about some of the pairing options we can do here.
Sure.
Pairing,
So pairing like one that I've done here, you could just use cream cheese and add Dijon mustard with finely chopped tomatoes or basil or whatever other herbs you'd like to use, and you can serve it with some freshly cut vegetables. Or you have an aioli sauce here, which you have creme fraiche, garlic, and sherry vinegar, and honey mustard. And again, you just have a really good and beautiful flavor coming out just by using mustard and more ingredients.
wow. Where else can you incorporate different types of mustards in your day-to-day menus?
So just by adding a teaspoon of mustard every day into whatever it is that you're cooking, mustard will intensify by tenfold, and it will
Really?
give you all the health benefits that you expect from a mustard.
Let me ask you this. Can you have this for breakfast if you put it in a...
Oh, absolutely.
Like what?
I have my honey mustard for breakfast on
Really?
toast. Yeah,
Oh, on toast? Just on toast?
just on toast.
You really like your mustard?
You can have to.
Because you're the connoisseur. Wow.
So you literally just put it on toast and that's it. Muffins.
Now, what would be the health benefits of having that for your breakfast?
So what mustard does,
What would
just
it do?
like vinegar.
Wake you up?
So it does. So what it does is it activates the electrolyte in our cells, and the electrolyte will kind of go, it will shudder and you wake up. It's actually stronger than coffee.
Really?
It's more effective than coffee.
I
You
gotta
drink
Google
vinegar
that.
and
That's
you eat mustard
interesting.
in the morning.
I've never heard of that before in my life.
Yeah, try
We can
it.
start a whole new trend here.
It
in
doesn't
Toronto.
make you lose weight. I mean, I'm living proof of that. But what it does do, mustard, if you think a teaspoon of a mustard is about 20 to 25 calories. So you can have literally just egg whites, like many people do egg whites for their health and to train. You just do egg whites and mix a teaspoon of mustard, and that's it. You have a really healthy and really low calorie dish.
All right, let's talk about lunch options, Chef. Where would you put that? Your lunch aside from the salad or the dips? Anything different, of course, the meats, that's a given.
So again,
Something
yeah,
different.
I don't use it with meats. I don't use mustard with meats. Only to
No.
marinate. Only to marinate because it tenderizes them and it brings out more flavor. But for me, mustard is an ingredient. It's not a condiment. So,
Interesting.
for example, the Provençal, you just put that in your sandwich with a little bit of cheese and ham, and you have one of the most amazing sandwiches out of nothing.
Wow.
Not boring, but exciting, exhilarating.
Let me ask you, I got a really funny question here. Have you ever tried putting like a teaspoon of it or less in some kind of a drink?
Of course, we make cocktails.
Really?
So we made cocktails today here, where we were putting Dijon mustard into our cocktail with apple juice, vodka, and lime. And it's a brilliant cocktail. I use mustard in desserts. We do desserts.
I don't drink, but I'd be game to try that and report
Yeah.
back to you.
So we do, for example, I
Wow.
love using the honey mustard in custard. Brings out a lot of flavor. Or you can use the Dijon mustard or any of the flavors. We do the mango and Thai spices, which I do a cheesecake with. Sorry.
And do you have these drinks and like up on your website to show
Yeah,
put in your
the recipes
breakfast, your
are-
drink, and this and that?
Sure. So all the recipes that we've spoken about and many
Wow.
more, you can find them on my.ca, miille.ca, and you can see all my recipes on there.
Great. Now, another thing is, well, how's the response here at the Taste of Toronto in your fairly elaborate booth where you actually give a hands-on, people can taste the difference? How is that response? Have they ever heard some of these things before? I mean, have you ever told them about you can put it in your breakfast or your drink, and if they did, what did they do? Like, what was the reaction?
So I'll tell you how it starts, how usually I sense people's vibes. It's always the staff that will give me the first vibe. So when I arrived at Taste of Toronto and I said, oh, I'm working for they didn't know who I was. They told me, oh, just straight on the left, the nicest tent of Taste of Toronto. And I went, thanks. And then with the customers, it happens exactly what happens when I consult people in our boutiques. So people are first scared of mustard, but the minute they taste it, you've changed the world. So I see a surprise and a glint in their eyes that just gives me the signal that they're converted. That's it.
Well, like, it's like after 9 o'clock and the tables are still busy.
Yeah.
After your demonstration, which ended at 9,
Yeah.
it's like 15, 20 minutes after 9, and they're still going at it. Like,
It's buzzing.
yeah. Well, I actually learned quite a bit about how you can use mustard in different menu options. Like the dessert, the drinks, that really
absolutely.
kind of shocked me. But I'm game enough to really try it and let our viewers try it and share it and see what comes up.
I'm glad I've changed your world as well. Like I do
You
with
definitely
many.
did, actually. Yeah, again, I don't drink, but I'm going to try this in a drink. And my breakfast. And my breakfast. Oh, yeah, breakfast challenge.
Try it.
Gotta do it. Okay, Chef, more information, website.
So my.ca, you can find lots of my recipes, or you can follow us on Twitter, mycanada, or Mustardman UK, which is my personal one. You can see a lot more recipes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Chef.
you.